Not show. Oh, we are here. Turn this back around. Although, look at that old Carson Macedo. Oh, are we on the mic? Oh, we got some volume. Okay, we do. I was making sure. But should we have it this way, Sean? I mean,
Macedo?
I mean, do the Outlaws deserve respect anymore? Seriously. I mean, what was that? What was that?
Woo.
That was a cornfield for catastrophe, Sean.
That was a woo ass whooping.
I don't know what the hell that was. That's just fucked up. These little blonde ponytail deals I got back here wiggling around. What the hell's going on? So should we keep this turn this way or just sling it around? And he had a horror. What happened to Carson Macedo?
Kind of like Danny Hamlin yesterday.
Danny Hamlin.
Dude,
you can't even say his name. You hate him so much.
He should have stayed home.
What do you mean stayed home? He gives Kyle a ride to and from in his jet.
Fuck that guy. Okay.
Oh my God. We are here today, ladies and gentlemen, in the Continental. Hold on, let's straighten her up. We do like the all buy guy. I think everybody likes him. He's put money in the sport. So
Danny Allball.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Denny or Danny?
Danny.
I'm just making sure we don't confuse the two anymore.
Denny.
It's Denny, okay. Yeah. It's Denny. We're making sure we get the names right because there's a chance. I'm hearing there's a chance Broke Joe may be joining the show.
Oh shit.
The custom dollar, the Broke Joe dollar.
Oh.
We may have to put this back on the store. People will buy a Broke Joe shirt. I'll put them on there. I really will. So we are here. We did not do anything all weekend, but go to races, right? I didn't plan to go either night. First night, for some reason, the Duncans and all their people, or Spencers and all them people, they're nice to me for some reason after they sent the corn people after me last year.
Children of the corn.
Oh, they were there, man. It was fucking scary. It don't matter how big of a line you are when that many corn-fed sheep coming, I don't know what to do. But regardless, actually, can I say it out loud that I was on the back straightaway grandstands or no?
Yeah.
I was snuck in by the powers that be. We may have Chris Duncan Sr. on the show here this week, I'm thinking. Of course, this week is Huset's week. It's like, what's going on? I mean, dirt track, they say dirt track. I hear people say it all the time. Dirt track racing's dying and all this stuff. They say it for weekly events for sure. But when's the last time we haven't been racing during the week, like 3 or 4 times? I mean, think about it. You had Ohio. There wasn't a day last week that was off. The week before there was midweek. I mean,
yeah. I don't know.
What is going on here, guys? I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well,
all week, starting Wednesday this week, they're going to be right back at it. It's just...
yeah.
But regardless, Friday and Saturday obviously happened. World of Outlaws. I don't know what they were thinking on Friday, man. If Kyle Larson don't blow a motor... Hold on. Did David Gravel really say in Victory Lane that he thought he was reeling Kyle back in? Did he really? Maybe like the half. Did David say that? I thought David was a trustworthy guy. What the hell?
I believe he did say that.
I thought he was a trustworthy guy. I don't know about this no more.
He had to make himself look good.
Oh, my God, man. There was no reeling Larson. I was crying for you, David, how bad he was beating your ass. But then when you said that, maybe you were catching him like the half corner as the motor was blowing up. That's the only time you were even thinking of catching him. And then I think outside of David on Friday, the closest guy, outlaw guy, was 8th place. We got a visit from the dog. I mean, cool, but I think Gio Selzy was the closest outlaw in 8th. I think that was it. The rest were all high limit outlaw non-name guys.
Yep.
It was pretty disgusting how bad high limit beat the World of Outlaws on Knoxville. You'd think that would have been where the Outlaws had a little advantage, was Knoxville.
You would think.
It did not happen, though. It did not happen. Yes, for the record, he is sitting a little higher than me, but this is how it works. China owns America. But regardless... We are here today. What is the commenter saying? Oh, God, they're in here just running their mouth. Do we have to put Spike in timeout already? Is that going to happen?
Spike's here already?
Are we going to put Spike in timeout? What is the chat people saying? Chat people. Gravel taking notes from defeated Bloomquist interviews. Wow, that is a funny comparison. In a weird way, that is actually kind of true. I hate to say it, but that is exactly what it sounded like. Not gonna lie, that is close to what it sounded like, Sean. I don't know how many of those you've heard. Bloomquist, where he loses, obviously, and he has some excuse or some reason as to how he was better than everybody.
Yeah.
I'm wearing one of my Corey Day shirts to Holiday World. What bandwagon number should I be? Can't wait for him to dethrone the Sweet Dynasty. Y'all think Corey Day's championship ready? Full noise. David was not reeling him in. Laugh out loud. Larson was getting ready to lap Carson if he didn't blow up. Yeah, Carson Macedo was the big one, and apparently they changed or they added some dirt to Knoxville, and that was throwing everybody for a loop. I enjoyed it. I like it when their typical setups or whatever don't work. They got to think. But that had to definitely play a factor in for one, Donnie shots in a damn non-qualifier Friday.
Yeah.
And then also in that 41 not running well, because Phil Dietz never unloads a bad car at Knoxville. The 41's always up there, no matter when, where, how.
Right.
And all of a sudden it wasn't. And that has to go with the setup of the vehicle. That's what I would say.
This is definitely going to make the Knoxville Nationals very interesting.
Yeah. And I don't know if the Duncans felt offended that people were complaining, but I was in there trying to tell them. I talked to Parker Price when they were cutting the track and walking around. I was like, what's the deal? He's like, oh, our setups just don't work like usual. It's not working. It's hard to hook up. Okay, well, good.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. You're paid to entertain. And it ain't supposed to be just unload the car and load it up and collect the check. Especially Parker Price, his ass in there trying to rob the Outlaws' money. What the hell's wrong with him complaining? I'm just saying. Tell Alex I will comfort her. Oh, my God. Here he is. Spike's entered the damn building. Broke Joe may be entering the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got the shirt on for a reason. There's potential. WCW versus WWF. Oh, it's something. What happened to Gravel Saturday? Finished fourth, I believe. So, finished fourth. Anyway, I guess we should just get into it. Thanks for everybody who's joining the show. We are going to get into our topics for the night, and then we are going to be having the dreaded call-ins, Sean. The dreaded call-ins.
This ought to be good.
This is going to be different. So we are going to start the show off on a little bit of a sad note because that's how we do it here in the sprint car world, especially when we're going to have Broke Joe on the show. No, I'm just kidding. If you go to MSA Sprints on your Facebook, apparently there was another injured driver, big time wreck over there in Wisconsin IRA country. Lance Fassbender, I believe that's how you say that. Fassbender, that's a hell of a last name to drive sprint cars. You're a fast ass bit. I thought that would. If we're gonna change Sheldon Hoddenschild's name to something else, Fassbender is like right there with Hodenschild. Why'd you laugh? This ain't no sunshine. I don't even want to say it. Can't say it on my name. Oh, we had that issue. Oh, we were in the dingus. Apparently, they were worried about me. Oh, we got it. Anyway, longtime member and fellow competitor with the Acrite Auto. Hey, Acrite Auto. That's interesting. MSA Sprints was involved in a racing incident during the event this past weekend. I believe this is their predominant 360 series over there. This has been established to keep everyone updated on Lance's condition and for a way to show support to the family during this time. Thank you, and from all of us with the MSA, we wish Lance a safe and speedy recovery. This is a GoFundMe. These local poor guys, they ain't, the multi-millionaires and rich elites of the racing world, so they need any help they can get. And of course, Wisconsin, I think, is an underrated racing country. You were at Beaver Dam. There were people there. You didn't get to see a race night. But Wisconsin, I believe Wisconsin is number 2. Out of all the places I've been, amount of race fans at racetracks all the time, Wisconsin's 2 behind PA. There's a lot of race and fenders too, not just sprint cars. Because, oh, dude, Wisconsin's huge. You go to the USA Nationals for the late models, it's like unbelievable. It's like Knoxville Nationals full.
Now, where do they hold that
Cedar Lake, which is, in my opinion, the best racetrack in this whole region is Cedar Lake. Slicks off wide to the cush to the bottom. It's the best damn. And I hate to say it, I'm putting that above Knoxville. I know everybody shoot me now, or follow me home from the dingus. Apparently, that's what they're all worried about. Regardless, I just think Cedar Lake widens out slick. It's a short track action pack style race. I mean, Knoxville. I almost think when we compare racetracks, and let me get off this screen, I guess. Speaking of comparing racetracks, oh my God, should we? Oh no, let's just keep going down the list. I don't want to get into who's better, Knoxville or Cedar Lake. I think there is categories for racetracks. I think you could have a favorite big track and a favorite short track.
Short track, yeah.
I put Cedar Lake in the short track category, although it's in that medium range, but the styles are different. Like a good big track race is not like a good short track race. You know, it's more so big time sliders, high speed, whereas the short track's more like that swarming style where you can have 3 or 4 cars just kind of dicing throughout the corner around the track, slower, but more, in my opinion, I like that more personally. And I think Cedar Lake's kind of in between with the speed and in the high banks. But regardless, we wanted to talk about this because you are a huge Kyle Larson dick sucker. Oh, I mean, fan. Sorry, I can't tell the difference in today's society. What's the difference? His wife just looked over here like, he's cheating on me. Well, of course. Of course. We did go to the Iowa Speedway. You had tickets. I did not. I waddled my ass around. I was just standing at the gate. You know, there was no way to get a ticket. It's been sold out for what, like 5 months?
It's sold out.
Well, I always was like, all right, we'll just go and hang out in the parking lot. We got drunk, ate burgers, badass burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, got the what was it called? The horseradish.
Horseradish, yeah.
Dude, if you ever do a burger, I'm telling you, I don't know why, but it was awesome. The burger with the slice of onion, the Mushner cheese on top of the onion melted onto the onion.
Yep. With
horseradish, ketchup, mustard, and pickles. That was good. I know it sounds crazy. It was really good.
Hot dog with horseradish.
No, his hot dogs. Don't eat hot dogs, ladies and gentlemen. Don't eat hot dogs. You should see how those things are made. But anyways, we get to the gate. I'm standing there. It's pretty much over. There's no one with the ticket. I go to the Larson t-shirt trailer with Jack, and he gets some Larson shirts, and they had some pretty badass Larson shirts. They even had a sprint car shirt. It was actually not bad. They had the, as you would call it, the fake double shirt, because he calls it the fake, the 1,100 mile shirt. So they had a Kyle Larson shirt with a IndyCar at the top and a NASCAR Cup vehicle at the bottom with the same paint scheme that he was supposed to run the Indy 500 and then the Coke 600. And it had like 1,100 mile on it and all this stuff.
Bullshit shirt.
It never happened, guys.
Never happened.
Is that shirt false advertising in itself?
Oh, definitely.
It's yeah. If I'm NASCAR and I'm mad at Kyle, I'm suing him over the shirt. It's a lie.
And I was gonna get that shirt too, and I got thinking about it. It's like, no, he didn't do the double, so
it is. It's a liar shirt.
I'm not sporting that shirt.
Yeah, you got fans turning it away. It's such a damn lie. And so, anyways. We see these shirts. There was a badass Kellogg throwback shirt, but regardless, they do put sales tax on those shirts too. It ain't like the dirt track, $30, $30. So we're walking back to Jack to go in. You had ran in because they thought on their DraftKings, because they were all placing bets. I placed bets too. I lost my ass. It said 7 p.m. on the start of the race. Little did they know, DraftKings is Eastern time. So we're getting up at, 5:50 p.m. They will walk in.
Yeah.
And they're starting the national anthem, the gentlemen start your engines. We're 10 minutes away. So anyways, fast forward, t-shirt trailer, coming back. There's like 3 guys standing at the ticket window. And I'm like, hell with it. I'll go up to the ticket window and ask them if there's any tickets that weren't turned in or whatever. Can I get one? So I go up there. I look at these 3 guys. There's 3 guys bitching. They're mad at the girl because they could only get 1 ticket in some kind of will call situation. And then they back off to the side, and I walk up. I was like, "Is there any tickets that weren't sold or anything like that, or sold tickets that didn't get claimed or turned in or whatever, refunded? Who knows?" And she's like, "Nope, all sold out. Nope, fuck you." Basically, these service workers at these NASCAR events are assholes. But anyway, do we even want to start on the people who was parking?
No, we don't.
Oh, that ghetto queen was throwing that damn umbrella at her. I mean, it was scary, guys. Regardless, and she says no. I back up. I look at those three guys. I was like, "What's going on with y'all? What the hell's going on with tickets? I'm just trying to get some." They're like, "Oh, well, we're supposed to have 3, and we only got this one, and there's supposed to be 3 reserved." And I'm like, "All right, okay." And then I was like, "I guess I'm screwed. I'm gonna go to the car." And he's like, "Oh, wait, let me sell you this one. If we can't all 3 get in, we ain't fucking going." So, bitches are the problem in the world, regardless. Oh my God. This is why we can't do this, ladies and gentlemen. This is why. But regardless, I don't care. They're all dogs. All dogs don't go to heaven, especially that one. Regardless. Please, just stop being distractive. Oh my God. We're sitting there as I try to finish the story as I'm in it. It's just so mean and cruel and disrespectful, but it's all right. Maybe I need to move on. Maybe the story is boring and we're losing viewers. Regardless, I go to stand there, and some guy walks up to those 3 people and gives them 3 tickets and just gives it to them. And they're like, "Okay, cool." And then they all go to walk away. I'm thinking, oh, well, they're going to tell me they didn't do shit. And then they all 3 walk away, and then I'm like, well, fuck. They go in and everything, and I'm like, well, fuck, all right then. I guess screw me. And so I was like, maybe he just gave him 2 tickets or something, because I swear I heard him say 3. Like, this guy just randomly gave him 3. I was like, they went in, and I was like, screw it. And so I just went to go walk away, and before I turned the corner, the dude turns the corner and says, "Hey, you need that ticket, right?" He goes, "Here." Just gives me a fucking ticket. This exclusive ticket that no one can get. That was sold out for 5 months or whatever. I just get it. Then he gives me a ticket. I turn the corner, and then some security guard lady, because we know the women watch the Chaz, just like lost her nutsack. Oh, it's the Chaz. Oh my, like the security guard. It was like insane, Sean. We got pictures of this. She took pictures with me and everything. I just walked. You know how you had to do security with the baton?
Yeah.
I didn't have to do none of that shit. I just walked in. Fucking no one even cared. Just walked in like royalty, Sean. Royalty.
The Chaz, the legendary
That's
Chaz.
what happened. She wants to post the photo, but she's all scared, apparently, because she had security on and she didn't want to get in trouble. She's thinking she could get in trouble because it's her job or whatever. No?
I don't know.
But anyways, we walk in, and then this is when we took the picture of the ticket. And then we get to this part. This was the actual view of the ticket. I thought it was a nice view. Iowa Speedway. Actually cool. Surprisingly enough, it blew my mind. We was pulling in. I was like, I wonder how many people sit here. Because I'm always going to, if I've been to NASCAR events, it's Daytona or, Bristol or Texas Motor Speedway or Indy 500. And it's like 300,000 people. Fucking traffic's going to be horrible coming in and going out. And it's just going to be bad. And we get in there. What the hell's going on?
They're playing. It's playtime.
This is why they put the thing at the top of the stairs. Regardless, we get in there, and as we were rolling up, once again, horrible disrespect to my show and everything here. We're gonna have to just leave. That's just insane. That's just so mean. This is where the demons try to distract you. To our knowledge, I looked it up. It's only a 30,000 seat facility, which is just insane. I mean, you think about these NASCAR events and facilities, they're all at least 50,000 plus minimum. Oh, it's never least, like, yeah. I think even Martinsville's like 65. I mean, Bristol's at the 80, 90 range. So it was kind of interesting to see how the infrastructure of the facility was smaller than you're used to seeing. And then also on top of that, you had the restrooms that were overflowing. So it was kind of weird to see them not be able to actually have like amenities for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because you're used to these NASCAR facilities having like perfect kind of restroom situations where you just walk in and walk out. You never have any issues at all.
Well, it's like Indy.
Right, like Indy.
Enough bathrooms to, sustain 300,000 people.
But they could have at least brought some damn porta potties in. All the porta potties, there was like 4 of them, and they were outside the front gates. There was nowhere else to go. Like the line was like deep,
all overflowing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you saw it when Jack had to go.
No, I'm talking about the stuff that's in there.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I can only imagine that situation being pretty damn bad.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, the race actually goes, and the one benefit I thought of Iowa was that you could see the whole damn racetrack. It's not like a situation where you can't see all the action. It ain't a little dot on the back straightaway or something, or Indy was just absolutely horrible as far as trying to watch the race. I think the only bad thing there was like the lack of like TVs or anything in like the concession area. Like if you got out of the grandstands, you didn't really get away. Yeah. There wasn't a way to watch the race. But surprisingly, it was entertaining. I mean, Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell were just, it's weird. I know Bell's being restricted. I think Bell is restricted mentally more than physically and capability-wise. I think he's being held back because he's not free. He's not happy. He wants to do all this stuff, so it's a mental war. Whereas Larson gets to do whatever he wants, so it's kind of more of a happy situation over there, and he's just... They should send him to the back every freaking week just to put on a damn show. Yeah, I mean,
he was a show in my opinion.
I mean, it was a show. I hate to say it, I was a Larson fan for like a good 45 minutes because they sent his ass to the back, and then he came through the field, and then Bell was right there with him coming through the field. So Bell and Larson basically railed the field in that second stage. He won the stage, and then it was a weird situation because in that whole run, I kind of needed to pee, wanted to get a drink, but the racing was actually good, and it was only kind of good because you were watching Larson roll through the field, and actually was putting on the show. And then he took the lead and then got into a wreck or something like that. I guess the guy, the immigrant guy ran him over? Suarez?
Yeah, Suarez got into him.
Okay.
He had no choice but to hit Denny.
Denny Hamlin was involved. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, Larson saw a hole in between the two and took it, and he probably shouldn't have.
It was a little tighter than he thought?
Yeah.
Is that because he's used to looser holes in the world?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just asking for a friend.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, a sprint car, you have a little bit of a looser hole to go through, because everybody's separated.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. Why are you laughing? I'm talking about racing.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all mine's in the gutter, man. Y'all's minds are in the gutter. But anyways, I was actually surprised. I would say Iowa Speedway was probably the best NASCAR race I personally have been to. Obviously, Rusty Wallace, and I have respect for Rusty Wallace. I know there's issues with Kenny and all that, but only reason I may not, like Kenny in a non-knowing fashion is I like drivers who make it on their own merit and don't have any help or association to get them somewhere. And I think Rusty Wallace did that. Kenny Wallace, I don't know, they always joke and say he rode Rusty's coattails, but, I'm not going to be mean. It did kind of look that way. Right. Rusty paved the way, and then here came Kenny, although he's younger, so I guess that would have naturally happened. But it's not like Kenny came up and started whooping his ass. Kyle Busch is the younger brother of Kurt. Right. Nobody considers Kurt Busch better than Kyle because the younger brother came up and whooped his ass.
Yeah.
That never happened with that Kenny-Rusty situation. So I do respect Rusty because he was the Kyle Busch of that brotherhood in a way.
Right.
And he obviously designed a really good racetrack because I thought the race was actually good, personally. So
did you see all the way around the track where you were sitting?
Yeah, you could see all. The other angle has people's faces in it, so I didn't really want to do that. But it was right front straight away, start finish line basically.
Yeah, we sat up at the top, clear at the top off of turn 4. It was really good.
Well, when I first got there, I walked down to turn one, stood on the fence line, and then right there I stood on the fence line, then I stood on the fence line in turn 4, so it wasn't that big of a facility. It just ain't that big, if they, and there's not a lot of grandstands or anything like it, really. So, I don't know. That's how I see it. Well, let's see. If I go to the comments, is it Spike in there saying shut up about NASCAR? Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah. You're a NASCAR fan now.
Are you banned from Houston's? No. Not in your mind. Oh, wait. Is the fake Todd Quering in here? Yes, it is. Oh, God. That is a fake Todd Quering. Todd called me. No, he didn't. But that is a fake Todd Quering. We believe that Spike Fast Racing I've confirmed he has 6 different accounts. Because I unblocked him because he was crying. I unblocked him to Chaz, so I had to make all these names. He has like 6 different Spike Fasts. I know I found out when I went and did the talk show with him that he has a phone, a laptop, and an iPad. So he's probably sitting there.
Got
3 things going. So he's probably Spike Fast. He's probably Todd. He might even be Jordan.
Yeah.
He's probably answering himself. Correct. He's like a human chat bot. It's a weird thing. It's a human chat bot. Anyways, I thought Iowa NASCAR was good. They should do it again and maybe keep it 30,000. I think if you stay in good markets, you could keep that at 30,000 and make just as much money as a 60,000 seat facility because you could even up the ticket prices if you wanted to and sell them out. Because you have a level of exclusivity to go into the race because it's not as many grandstand seating tickets.
Yep.
So it should work in the business-wise element. But anyways, I know people are tired of talking about NASCAR and all this other stuff. Let's move on into more important topics where men race, and it isn't just one guy or 2 guys, Bell and Larson, going up against the world. So this is the next topic on the screen, and it is Danny Sams. Danny Sams is the next topic. What did Spike say now? Do you want to relay a message that Spike said? What did he say? You laughed.
You're afraid of the truth.
I'm afraid of the truth.
That's why he blocked me.
I'm afraid of spreading venom throughout society, and that is exactly what Spike is. So anyways, Danny Sams, we had Danny Sams on here. We highlighted him. We had a talk show. I thought this guy was good, and he has been backing it up ever since, Sean.
I'm impressed.
Ohio Speedweek, 3 wins. Somehow he's 3rd in points. Under my point system that we're going to talk about tonight, we got a point system. I don't think he's 3rd in points under my points, or under the 2024 Undisputed Sprint Car World Championship point system. Let me make that clear. He probably wouldn't be 3rd because the point systems in this society are ridiculous and dumb. Regardless, outside of that R-word situation, this is impressive, Sean. Where is he going from here? What's going to happen?
Hopefully up. Hopefully he gets some better things going on.
Okay. We'll see. A lot of people were saying, was Ohio Speedweek better than previous years because All-Stars went away? It used to be All-Stars type of deal. They did post this, and this was an interesting little cue card kind of stat deal. It showed the 2021, 22, 23 stats of Ohio Speedweek, and then the 21, 22, 23 stats for PA. It looks like the average car count did go down, although it's been about the 41, 40 area. It was 44 back in 21. But it does look like the overall money paid went down. It averaged, looks like 21 was 250K. 22 was 325K, 23 was 260K, 70, call it. This year was only 200K. And then the average payout per night used to be 35, 36. Last year was 44,000, and this year average payout was only 25. So it did go down, even though it seemed bigger. I feel like it felt a little bigger. I paid attention to it this year more than ever. But I almost feel like that's because we kind of got used to not paying attention to all-star races as much. I mean, except for the flow racing audience. Like, if Outlaws were on or anything, it was like, who cares what all-stars are doing this week? And since it was this kind of non-sanctioned thing, I feel like more people tuned into it because it was random. Who could be there? What could happen? You know, it wasn't like you're just going to tune in and watch Courtney and Reitzel or somebody race one another or something like that.
Well, All Stars, in my opinion, they kind of sucked. But.
Well, they called them they joked and called them the No Stars. You know, it was like their nickname.
Yeah.
You know, so it's weird. It's weird in that aspect. I definitely think that the fourth column there for PA Speedweek is not going to be the same. They could. I don't know why whoever made this couldn't put the average payout and the money paid, because pretty sure that all that information is out there. I know there's $25K at Lincoln. I think a $20K at Port. So all the information for PA Speedweek is out there, but that's coming up a little bit later. We still got to get through the Houston High Bank Nationals week. And now we get to Eaton Crowe. Sean, are you going to say anything about this? Are you going to say anything about... Hold on, let's check the chat. Do we need to ban Spike before we go any further?
I don't think so.
Has he calmed down yet? Chaz, are you moving to PA since you got a woman pregnant in Central PA? Where is this coming from, Sean? What happened?
I don't know. Why is PA all of a sudden...
When did I get a woman pregnant in Central PA?
I don't know.
Have you heard of this news?
No.
I just don't understand this. This is defamation to the 10th degree, Sean.
Well, he said you told him.
No, see, he says that all the time, doesn't he? Oh, you told me. Oh, you told me. He thinks we get drunk and don't remember what we say. He's used to those women that he dates that get that drunk and don't remember what happened. That's because you put a pill in their drink, Spike. We ain't them. Who you think we are? We ain't them. We ain't spiked with drug pills and date rape drugs like you and your girls probably. Gonna lie about me? Oh, how do I know he puts things in their drinks, Sean? Because he told me. Oh, he told me. You fucking asshole. Anyway, back to the truth that we unfortunately had to face this week. So we got drunk on Friday. I'm going to say no date rape drugs. And there was a guy who wanted to bet $1,000 that Corey Day would outrun Michael Kofoid in Knoxville. So I put that up there laughing, saying we were taking the money to the bank. Unfortunately, Corey Day went from the back to 7th and blew by Buddy Kofoid's wings, which this is the battle. In my opinion, this is like, if you want to talk about Brad or Sweet and Gravel, who's the best, kind of, who's the best young driver is kind of like Kofoid versus Day right now on the national scene. It's like, who's the best young gun, even though, you know, they say, oh, Day's the next Larson. They did say the same damn thing about Kofoid 3 or 4 years ago. It was the same damn story. And Buddy Kofoid did everything Larson did. He just got to a certain point in motorsports and money didn't fall out of trees, or he didn't have, you know, Asian blood in him to get some fucking, you know, driver diversity like Kyle did. I mean, these are things that helped Kyle get to where he was. Those are the bumps along the road that people just forget about. I don't know why they forget about this, Sean. Why?
I don't know.
Why do they not forget about it? But anyways, Kofoid was a Larson. Kofoid was Corey Day. And we're only like 4 years removed from that same notion being said about him. But regardless, Corey Day went through the field. This obviously, what did they usually say when you say or do something and then they're like, oh, well, that didn't work. What is it? That didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying, right? What is that phrase? That didn't last long or something like that. What is it? I forgot.
Yeah,
I don't remember it either, but it didn't go good for me here. Obviously, I was dejected. I literally put here, I'm no longer going to sprint car races. Bye, guys. I also put a comment that said easy money. And in this easy money comment, Chase Rodman said there is still time to delete this. And everybody loved Chase Rodman coming here and telling me that there was just plenty of time to delete this. And then he comes back a day later when Corey Day wins and says, hopefully you didn't double down on tonight's race. Well, of course, Chase Rodman stuck in the Chaz, as per usual. He's from California. We know he likes the Goldilocks at the back of the hair, you know. So that's what it is. No one agrees, not even the dog.
Why do they want to see Tie Guy?
What?
Who is he talking? Don't read the comments. Spike's in there lying about me pregnating women.
They're saying take down the comments because they want to see Tie Guy. Ken Joseph.
She's paying attention to random fake women accounts now, Sean. She doesn't understand how these people work. But regardless, Corey Day did win. We just continue. We don't listen to all of them. I did make a point here, and this is actually very interesting. I was going to send this to somebody and accidentally auto-corrected and asked this question, or somehow sent the post to Meta AI. It sent it to the Meta AI chat you can do. I don't know if you seen the Meta AI.
Yeah.
And it somehow said, who is Corey Day? I don't know how this happened, but Meta is apparently the closest thing we got to a real promoter in today's world, because it had a full description of who Corey Day is. American professional racing or a car racing driver, competes on the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series, not high limit. AI is biased, Sean. AI is biased. AI don't even know what this is true now. This is backing up the Outlaws' claim that they have a brand. Because even AI, I didn't even think I was making this point until I read it a little bit more. Even AI thinks that Corey Day is a World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series driver. They don't even know what high limit is. This is AI. They don't even know.
I didn't catch that.
And has gained recognition for his skills and achievements in the sport. The message you received is likely, they got this wrong, is likely related to a specific race or competition where someone is confident that Corey Day will outperform Michael Buddy Kofoid, and they're willing to put $1,000 bet on it. So I read that part wrong, but apparently they think he's a World of Outlaw. He competes on the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series. It doesn't say "and full-time high limit." It doesn't say anything like that, Sean.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. That's interesting.
I bet that's going to change.
Yeah, well, of course.
I don't know how, but.
Of course, he did win the next night. I thought Schuchart would have got him. Schuchart really wanted to win, man.
Yeah.
Schuchart wanted to win that race. I was surprised when Day passed him that Schuchart was even able to get back by him, because he passed him in 3 and 4 before the whole stuff went down in 1 and 2. Yep. And obviously they said a right front tire went down. You say you were watching it on Dirt Vision. You didn't see it. It didn't go down.
I didn't think it went down, but even when they picked the car up and towed it away, the tire looked like it was still up. But
so do you think that was like Johnny Gibson covering for the Outlaws getting beat, in a way? That was that brand. That was a branding move to say, oh, he only wrecked not because he was overdriving the car and Corey Day and high limit drivers are better, but because it went flat.
I don't know.
You're sure about this?
No.
No, he says no. He says no.
Schuchart was he was wreckers or checkers.
Well, regardless, obviously a good win for Corey Day. People said he can't run on big tracks. He really only had success on short tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And he had struggled on the big tracks. But I think where this is a little asterisk is he did run Knoxville Nationals last year. He did run Midwest a few races, I do believe. So he had Knoxville experience. He didn't really have all these other tracks.
But not on the new dirt, though.
Well, the new dirt is different. But
yeah, what was everybody else's?
I think new drivers, I think comfortable drivers in a scenario, they get out there, and if it ain't right, they're like, oh, what's wrong with the car? It ain't working how it used to. This ain't how it works. What's going on? They complain instantly. Complain. Whereas you get a Corey Day who's just trying to go fast. He goes in there and the car don't handle a certain way. He's like, oh, shit, I got to change up what I'm doing. I got to drive the lane a little different next time. I got to add some brake here, take some brake. He's calculating every lap and trying to get faster because he don't have this comfort level that he's used to on the track. So I think that type of situation where it's different than what you're used to benefits a guy who don't have a lot of experience versus like a Schatz or somebody who just is like, oh, this is never what it was.
Right, but I think that's why people say Corey Day's the next Larson, because I mean, look at Larson. He was coming up through the field too on new dirt.
Right, but I mean, Larson really wasn't successful here much when he was in the 1K, for instance, or
no, but I mean,
Corey Day is actually doing a little better than Kyle in the wing sprint cars to start. So,
yeah,
I mean, Kyle Larson did win some races prior to NASCAR, but he wasn't like lighting national stages up like this. He went the midget route, non-wing route more, but
Right.
he won Gold Cup. He won some racing. I mean, he won in the Hoddenchild ride, but I think he was already flirting with the NASCAR stuff at that point. At Eagle, when they pulled Joey Saldana out of the car. That was his first outlaw win, was at Eagle. But I think Corey Day, a lot of these younger guys are winning more, performing higher than Larson did in his age range at this time. So, especially in the wing stuff.
Right.
Because Kyle went to the non-wing route. You know, winged has become a big deal now, possibly because of Kyle. But, yeah, Corey Day is good. And I think the track being different doesn't hurt a young driver who's just trying to figure it out.
Right.
Whereas those guys who are comfortable, they're just, car ain't right. You know, we got to get in the pits and figure it out.
They went to their notebook, and Corey Day essentially don't have a notebook for Knoxville, so.
Right. Well, and I think also another element to this that people ain't thinking about is the psychology of the veteran driver. The psychology of the veteran driver is they feel like they already know what they can do. You know, so when they get out on the track, if the car isn't there or something's not there, they'll blame a car more so or a setup more so than themselves because they don't think they can develop anymore. They think they have tapped out. They've raced for so long, they know where their skill level is at.
Right.
Whereas, like, I think of Corey Day when he gets out there and he's off, he's still thinking he has ways to improve every race.
Right.
So he's not necessarily, and honestly, some of these older drivers or veteran-based drivers could learn from that. You know, they could get better. You know, look at Darren Pittman, bro. I mean, Darren Pittman just shows up and slaps y'all around in a damn car he has 2 races or 3 races in or something.
Yeah.
You know, he walks up in Williams Grove and just slaps people around, you know, and it's like, what the hell, guys? I don't think racing is like any other sport as far as age is concerned. I don't think that shit goes away. Body don't break down the same. You know, I mean, as long as you keep your cardio up decently, you can get into these cars at whatever age and perform on a high level. But regardless, Corey Day did win. The sad part about this victory, though, was this part. I had to make this post. I had to put it out there. I couldn't just sit back. This is the finishing results for Saturday. I was actually in the Dingus having a conversation with the guy who pointed this out to me. We may be having him on the show here very soon. And it will be a really good conversation when we do have this show. But we were all hanging out at the Dingus, and he was like, could you believe, though, it was only $12,000 to win both nights? I'm like, no, it wasn't. That's a lie. I was like, I swear I heard it went to 15 minimum this year on a 2-day show. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the dude was right, and let me just point this out. I said my caption for this post was, "It still blows my mind that 100K race car that are arguably the most dangerous and difficult race cars on the planet to drive are racing for $12K to win, and if you make a mistake or two, $3,200." And when I say $3,200, David Gravel sat here and ran 4th, guys. Lost 1 spot against Kyle Larson and Donnie Schatz. 4th place was $3,200, Sean. $3,200. Donnie Schatz made $5,000, risking his life. Kyle Larson don't stay in sprint cars. $8,000 for second at the sprint car capital of the world, 2-day NASCAR Outlaw Weekend. What? This is why high limit. When anybody who gets mad on that side of the fence, the World Racing Group side, gets mad at high limit being in existence, this is their marketing ploy here. They're looking at this and selling this to people. It don't pay enough. It ain't enough. All this stuff they say. We laugh at it sometimes, but when you see 32, I think Bill Baylog got $150 because he used a provisional, Sean. He got like $150. I think it was $1,200 to start.
That's sad.
What are they doing? It is insane to me. It is insane. This is why I say racing is more ego, more all this, even the car owners and stuff. The car owners, I mean, they're splitting this up between everybody. Spending that $100K, they're splitting it up with everybody. Crew chief's getting the cut. You know, we think these crew chiefs are banking. Let's just say he gets 40% of $3,200. Well, pay your damn gas bill or something. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is why racing is egotistically based, because you ain't making no damn money. There's no rhyme or reason to do this. This is also why t-shirt sales are so important. Most people are making more than $3,200 on the t-shirt side of things, but why are you dependent on that? You should be dependent on performing in the most extreme race cars known to man on on the sprint car capital of the world on a NASCAR weekend.
Yeah.
Money in the bank, guys. Money in the bank. Kyle Larson plus 10. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, obviously, Knoxville's over now. We're going to hold on. I just got to see the response in the chat. Is Spike still in there just, taking advantage of the chat section? It's Monster Jam with tour with sprint cars and heavy merch sales. This is not true. Monster Jam is paid hugely. So much money is getting given to the teams over there, and I believe they're on an undercard system where everybody's getting the same amount of money. Vaylock Speed Shop says that payout is embarrassing. USCS pays $35. If you're fucking David Gravel, why don't you just go run ASCS or something and get $5 and $10 guaranteed every night? Why don't you do this? That payout right there gives you sack. I bet Brady Bacon. As much as these people keep saying, "Oh, this guy," Chase Rodman did a video today. Payouts in wing versus non-wing, I think. I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail. And it was showing how this guy ran 22, Logan Steve, I believe, so it was like 22 races and it made so much. And then the wing guy was like 30 races, showed David Gravel, the two most performing guys on each side. Bro, look, somebody screenshot this shit and send it to Logan Stevie right now. And laugh. Laugh your ass to the bank. David Gravel with that picture won $3,200 on a Saturday night at Knoxville.
Sad.
This ain't fucking, Red Dirt Raceway or something where they got 1,000 people in the stands. They had how many? It was decently loaded front straightaway.
Yeah.
They made money. There's no excuse here. No excuses. No excuses. But I'm just saying, David Gravel, just go run fucking USAC. Just go run USAC. Or go run ASCS. Hell, I think the weekly purse at Huset's is more than this. It's not more than this, but drop the 12 and the 8, and that's it, right, guys? Come on. David Gravel racing for $3,200, willing to potentially burn himself to death, and flip out of the park. Oh, wait, sorry. Donnie Schatz didn't make $5,000. That was Kyle Larson made $5,000. Donnie Schatz made 8. Corey Day made 12. Kyle Larson drove his ass through the field, risked his life in these dangerous vehicles for $5,000. Sean.
That's sad. Real sad.
Tail tanks ain't even certified. The tail tanks are not certified. We researched that. There is a FIA FT3 certification on the ATLs, but that is the lowest rated certification you can get on a fuel tank system. And apparently the ATL tanks are the ones that are having issues. That's what somebody said to me. I don't know if that's true, but no SFI certified tanks. And you got Kyle Larson out there racing for $5,000. Putting his life on the line. You shitty people. But this payout is why High Limit is around. This is their notion. It should be paying more for the health of the sport. Even though I still think Kyle Larson should take $55,000 and disperse it to everyone when he wins. I still think I'm just saying, Broke Joe. If that's his premise, I'm just saying. I know he's playing both sides of the fence. We know he's playing both sides of the fence. That's how all these people do it.
Well, they have to.
Communist China. We all know all about it. Where is everybody going to be? Obviously, it's Houston's week this week. Where are the high rollers at? Question mark. This is a post from High Limit, so I don't know if they, tossed some dough or what happened here, but this is a post from High Limit on where all the High Limit drivers are going to be this week I guess, because Houston starts Wednesday. So you see here down at the bottom, they have the list. Rico Abreu's going to be at Houston's, Jacob Allen at Houston's, Baston, Courtney, Elias, and Kane at Houston's. Brenham Crouch is going to Cherry Pick IRA. Corey Day is going to Cherry Pick. Well, I guess Skagit really isn't a big Cherry Pick. It's a little tougher than IRA Maverick, I would say. That is, of course, the Dirt Cup at Skagit. There should be a couple of good drivers. I believe Zeb Wise is going up there as well. I think maybe he put this on here. Yes, Zeb Wise is going there. Wyndham's going to cherry pick IRA as well. He needs some good results. Thorson is relaxing.
Relaxing.
Okay. Brad Sweet's going to Houston's. Parker Price Miller, LPS. Is that Lincoln Park Speedway? Is he appearing or something? I don't know. Maybe that's one of the nights with IRA. And golf. Okay. Justin Peck is relaxing as well.
Wow.
Really? Yes, that's what it says. He's relaxing. James McFadden. Once again, disrespect. James McFadden is going to Houston's, and Marks is going to Brent Marks is not going to Houston's.
Really?
He's going to Williams Grove and Port.
Wow. Really?
That is interesting.
That is very interesting.
I mean, pretty much all the hitters are going. The only hitter that's not going is Marks. You would say Peck's a hitter, but he hasn't been a hitter this year. You know, Peck's probably the biggest disappointment of the year, I would say. Who's been a big... Him and Logan Schuchart have been the big disappointments of the year.
Why would they not go try to race and get that 250,000? Is it the racetrack?
When they're risking their life for 1,200 at Knoxville, they won't just go up the road. And it's $100,000. You know, it's 2 days Houston